All right. Question 12. David has 3,000 shares in a company with a market value of $4 each. The face value of the shares is $3 and they're paying a dividend of 10%. All right. So that's the first part. Second part is David can earn 4.5% interest from his bank. That's the second part. What the question's asking is, should he keep the shares or should he deposit the money in the bank instead? Okay, so is it going to be better off having the shares or putting the money in the bank? So the first thing is, we already know the amount of shares. So usually, like in question 11, we would calculate shares, which is the investment over market value. We don't need that because we've already been given the number of shares. So that means we don't really need this market value. What we do need is to calculate the dividends. Like we did in part B of the last question, we took the shares times the face value times the dividend percent. And that, in this case, we have 3,000 shares multiplied by a face value of $3 multiplied by 10%, which is 0.1. So 10 over 100. And here you get $900. So if you invest 3,000 shares, you'll make $900. Okay. So we know having the shares will make us $900. So we need to first find out, for the second part highlighted in blue, if he earns interest of 4.5%, doesn't say compound interest, so this is going to be our simple interest. So puts it in the bank at 4.5% interest. Now the problem is we don't know what the person's investment is. So we know what the shares and market value is, which is the market value is $4 and shares are 3,000 shares. We can just say 3,000. So I'm using the formula. The first one equals investment, which I don't know, divided by market value, which is $4. So the initial investment is going to be 3,000 times 4, which is $12,000. Now we will use the simple interest formula, equals PIN. The principal is 12,000. The interest is 0.045, so 4.5% times 1 year. This gives $540. So we can see that investing in the shares is a better option. And we can even say by how much. By, if I do 900 by 900 minus 540, which is $360.